So, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I just thought I'd update you on what Call It Art has been up to over the past year post Kickstarter. So, we've come to the end of our Kickstarter funding and we've delivered all 48 classes that we were funded to do by you guys, plus the teaching packs, and the two parents who Lambeth kindly funded on our behalf to go get a qualification in education and training have done their qualification and they've passed, which is awesome news. So we haven't just done what we set out to deliver from the Kickstarter, we've actually had other projects running at the same time alongside. So in August last year we created a massive mural in the South Mitcham Community Association Centre. I think it's about 12 metres by 4, it's massive. And that was inspired by the big draw theme, every drawing tells a story. So it was a mishmash of different fairy tales, children's fairy tales, stories that children love. So Walker Books kindly sponsored that and gave the most amazing books to the children, not only for reference material, but to take home. So not only do they get to create awesome artwork, it also inspired a legacy of reading, which is so important. We also worked with the Tulse Hill Estate through Lambeth Council to create a garden sign for Harmony Garden, which is the community garden in the heart of that estate, which was really fun. That was a one-day project working with children on the estate. We were asked to write a blog for the Talented Ladies Club about our Kickstarter experience. Everything that I mention, apart from photos that I'm going to put on top of this video, I'm also going to put links to things in the information so you can check out what I'm talking about. We also ran 39 classes in Stockwell on the Lansdowne Green estate, plus we took the Stockwell group on 3 trips, which was a new thing this year. Luckily we didn't lose any children, which is really, really good. We took them to the Horniman Museum, the Science Museum and Tate Britain, so that was really fun. Because of the surplus money we raised from the Kickstarter, we actually could afford to take the Vauxhall group on a trip. So we took them to the Horniman Museum, as it's such a lovely museum and there's so much to see. So if you haven't been, I would highly recommend checking it out, because also they have a mini farm, so what's not to love? So also with the surplus money from the Kickstarter, we ran a big draw event at Vauxhall City Farm. It ran for 5 days, and again, following the theme Every Drawing Tells a Story, we actually collaborated with 2 storytellers, Sonia Lee Caller from Stories from the Magic Tree and Bronia Evers from One Moment in Time Storytelling. So the really cool thing about that was that the storytellers told a story whilst I illustrated it in real time, and I'd never heard those stories, so it's good to push boundaries. The flip side of that is children got to work with the storytellers to create their own story, which they then got to illustrate on a massive piece of paper on the wall underneath the drawing that I'd already done for the previous story. They also got to do their own drawings, which we ran a competition that Great Art kindly sponsored and gave lovely prizes for. So there are videos of these on YouTube, so I will put the links. Please do check them out. And that was the first time we worked with Head Start to give teenagers experience in volunteering, so that was really good fun as well. We've done 4 pop-up art schools this year. Most of them happened this summer. We did one last year with Lambeth Council for Visioning Vauxhall, so we got everyone to create their favourite bits of Vauxhall, like a visual map, visual journey through their favourite bits. We did a pop-up on the Watermeads estate in Mitcham, South Mitcham, and that was celebrating everything that makes us happy and a gratitude tree. We did Brazilian headdress workshop at St Mark's Day as part of an international day in South Mitcham, and we just worked with Amicus Horizon on the Lansdowne Green Estate last Saturday to do a workshop for their International Day. And again, we did things that made us happy, because I think it's summer, it's hard not to be happy, but it's just nice to concentrate on the things that do make us happy, even if the weather isn't quite what we want it to be. We helped out at the amazing Halloween party the South Mitcham Community Association threw last October, so we did some spooky Halloween crafts with them. The Transitions Animation project that we got funded to do by Cicely Northcott Trust got finished last October, so we had a screening for that in December, and that was in partnership with the Flip Garden. Again, I'll put a link so you can see the animation in its entirety. It is 17 minutes long, it is quite epic. We painted a Santa's Grotto for South Mitcham Community Association, also working with Merton Volunteer Council Services. I'm really bad with acronyms, I hope that's correct. But that was fantastic, because so many local businesses came together to support that estate to have an awesome Christmas with different pop-up things, different activities, and a Santa's Grotto, which looked fantastic in the end. It was really good fun. We also ran a cooking class in Stockwell in partnership with Open Doors Housing. So we taught children about healthy eating and basically actually making a meal completely from scratch, nothing pre-bought. So I think that was actually really good and really fun, and I'm hoping to build on that. Continuing from It's Our World, which we started working with 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. It culminated in a charity art auction held at Christie's, which was absolutely fantastic. It was such an amazing event, and it raised so much money for the big draw, so it was really exciting to be a part of that. But not only did we get to help out with that, we also painted these amazing paper lanterns. We recreated artworks from the gallery that children had made in response to the environment, and we transposed those onto paper lanterns which adorned the staircases going up to the auction. So that was challenging. It's always hard to recreate someone else's artwork, but it was very, very good fun. Plus, we got to film with Studio Lanta, as they wanted a film showcasing the 10 Captain Planet projects funded as a legacy of It's Our World. One of those was Bug Hotels at Vauxhall City Farm, which we were really excited about. We also took part in the Wandsworth Fringe, a new partnership with Work and Play Scrap Store, awesome organisation in Tooting, kind of near St George's Hospital. And we love their ethos, because they get stuff which is destined for a landfill site and it can all be used for craft. So that suits what we do perfectly, because it is all about trying to upcycle and not waste things. So working in partnership with them, we ran workshops prior to the Wandsworth Fringe in Smallwood School, and we were encouraging children to create vegetable portraits. The theme was thinking about food sustainability, food waste, seasonal fruit and veg, and eating in season. So we created a large aerial mural out of junk. So everything was provided by Work and Play Scrap Store, and because we didn't stick anything down, nothing was wasted, because then we collected it up again at the end so it could go back to the store to be used by someone else. On the flip side of that, we also got adults to write down their favourite leftover recipes, which was a really good conversation to think about how we could be less wasteful with food. And actually, if you're not that confident about cooking, maybe there are things you could do which would make it a little bit easier. So Still due to scan the recipes, but the online recipe book will be going up soon. And we did another animation in collaboration with the Flip Garden with Amicus Horizon on the Lansdowne Green estate, creating a short animation about I heart art, so why art is important to the children we work with. Again, I'll put a link so you can see it on YouTube. We also launched a prototype project called Young at Art, which is working with older residents in Vauxhall, and that's in partnership with VGERTA, Vauxhall Gardens Estate Residents and Tenants Association. And we really enjoyed that. It was fantastic working with older people. Our oldest participant was 91 years old, and it just brought so much joy to see someone get so much out of art who'd never done it before. So the great thing about that is we're going on to do a 4-month project starting in September, again in partnership with VGERTA. We took part in the 30-day drawing challenge, which you can find on the Big Draws, I think, Facebook page, and we ended up writing a blog for that, which is now on the Big Draw website. Awesome thing about the 30-day drawing challenge is, even though I'm an artist, I don't necessarily get time to draw for myself, and having to draw something that you haven't chosen is really good to push yourself into drawing something you wouldn't necessarily want to or think about drawing. So actually it's really fun, so why not try it out? We also worked in partnership with Mace to run an I Love Lambeth competition. So the children at Vauxhall drew their favourite bits of their neighbourhood, and there were 3 winners, first, second, third prize. But all the children's drawings have been reproduced, and they are on the hoardings of the Vauxhall Sky Gardens, and I think they're going to be there for another 6 months at least, so please do go check it out. We had our 3rd birthday party, which was epic. There was around 90 people, so it was pretty full on, as there was cake and balloons and a lot of very excited children. And we facilitated the RSA Civic Day at the Vauxhall Gardens Community Centre as a thank you for all that VGCC does for us. RSA came in and transformed the first floor by painting murals that we'd designed in Neon Performing Arts waiting area. They also helped clear the kitchen, they created poems and work in response to VGCC's history, and they gave the cafe a facelift with some lovely tropical colours. So going forwards, we are funded by Lambeth to continue in Vauxhall for another year, which is absolutely fantastic. We're looking into developing parents and qualifications. We're looking into a different qualification this time round to make sure parents get the most out of it. And we will be starting mural projects for Bromfield Playground on the Vauxhall Gardens estate soon. We're going to be taking part in a community day on the 20th of August for that. And Young at Art will also be starting in September. So quite a lot of stuff happening. But again, thank you so much for all your support and your continued support. And of course, not to forget, a massive thank you to Great Art for everything they have done and everything they continue to do for Call It Art, because without art materials, we couldn't really do anything. So thanks again, and thank you for taking the time to watch this update.